again, the core components of AI agents. As you saw the example, tool calling. So the OCR agent is powered by, I think, Gemini in the backend. So it uses LLMs to a Gemini model to actually do the transcription or conversion from PDF to document. We also use Lyzr Parser, which is available as a tool. An agent also calls Lyzr Parser in order to convert the document into raw text. So tool calling extend agents capabilities. You can also use agents as tools. We saw that briefly yesterday in the multi-agent orchestration, where agents can also be called as tools, which is the core concept with which MCP works, Model Context Protocol, which you would have heard creating a lot of buzz in the market from Anthropic. We'll cover that about a little later. And then comes standardized tool as well, like you can have name, description, parameters, etc. for certain tools so that they can be reused often, consistently. So what are the tool types? One is databases, where you can have agents look into the database or any structured database and uh, do the analysis or pull the structured data. Then you can have action tools like updating your CRM, writing into Slack, writing into Notion or accessing a Notion document. And then comes agents itself, where you have third-party agents as tools, where agent number one calls agent number two and performs an action, as you saw yesterday in the manager orchestration. But let me dive deeper in each one of this. Let me start with data tools. It's very important to understand because this is where you will really start seeing that, okay, agents are not system prompts. They are a lot more. They can do a lot more. Another reason why we did not build on LangGraph, because we wanted to provide more options to our users. So let me show you the example, right? Like I'm building a research paper builder, as you saw yesterday. And here, this is a managerial orchestration. We had the Yeah, this is a managerial orchestration, as you saw, where there is a manager agent, which is a research paper writer. It actually has four worker agents, and it's calling each of these worker agents to do a job, which is what agent as a tool scenario is. It is nothing but a tool. So the master agent is using the literature researcher agent to do the literature research, but it is just calling this agent as a tool. Similarly, the master agent is calling draft writer agent as a tool. So it's the agent as a tool concept. Here it is within an orchestration, but you can also call another agent outside of an orchestration as well. So it doesn't have to be kind of within the orchestration that is already pre-written by Lyzr team. It can also happen just outside of an orchestration as well. But I wanted to share the thought process that an agent can call another agent as a tool to do perform a particular task. So that is the agent as a tool concept. Now let us look at database, agent as a database. So again, going back to Lyzr, if you look at data connectors, we provide a lot of data connectors to vector databases, but also structured RDBMS databases, data warehouses, and even NoSQL databases like MongoDB. But but how does it even look like in real in I would say in real life? What does a data tool look like? So I'll take you to Neo Analyst. This is a product that we built on Lyzr framework. This product is designed to make anyone a business analyst. That was a thought process where I have some data sources update. I mean, these are all CSV files. So similar to the structured databases like RDBMS that you may have. And let me select one of the databases. I think retail sales data, where it has retail sales data of a particular store. And here this is where the data as a tool comes into picture. There is this instant AI query builder which looks into the the document that use the CSV file. It understands the header, like all the columns, and then it comes up with queries. It kind of suggests the user what are the kind of queries that they could ask. So you can also ask a custom query, but you can also click any of these pre-recommended queries actually. So this is a good example of how an agent is using the data as a tool to understand what is really happening, right? Now, once it builds these custom queries, you're not even thinking of what to ask because you're just looking at it. Most of your questions will already be here, and you're clicking one of them. Okay, what are the most common product categories bought? Now, the agent takes this, again, uses your data tool calling feature, and it starts looking up the answer for it. And it found it, it is able to visualize and show it to you. This is step one. But then, how many of us, this is an easier visualization, obviously, you can follow. But what if there was a scatter plot diagram and etc.? So, which is why the next agent now picks this insights and explains that in simple English so that you can kind of read and understand. And then the next agent uses the GPT's knowledge base and takes these and starts recommending what you could do. What is that you could do, and what is the basis of the recommendation, and what is the impact that you would get? And we didn't stop there. There is another agent which actually also creates to dos so that you kind of action on it. And you can now also, when from an API point of view, you can also integrate it to your to-do list. And whichever to-do that makes sense, you can move it to your to-do list so that you're also building your to-do so that you don't forget it. I mean, and you can obviously build more and more agents. But if you see, is what's happening is a multi-agent system. There is an agent that looks into your data and recommends the queries that you could ask. There is another agent, when you ask a query, it does the analysis and gives you the results. There is another agent that explains these insights in plain English. There is an agent that then picks it up and recommends what you could do using the larger knowledge base that GPT has. And then there is an agent that writes to dos for you. Again, a very good representation of how data could be used as a tool. So we saw both how agent could be used as a tool, and we also saw how data could be used as a tool. The actions, that is probably the most straightforward that you would already be in, that you would be seeing anyways. If you go to Lyzr Studio, all these are individual tools available. You can add any of these tools like Notion or Gmail, etc., and give it an action to it. So that is how you can use actions as tools as well.